What's up? Welcome to another installment of Tag Me In, where the triple threat brain trusts of Tag go over the good, the bad, and everything in between the world of professional wrestling. I, of course, am the unofficially official Lip Dizzle, joined with none other than the less than stealthy unicorn himself, Mr. ScooterRay.
What's up, everybody?
And I know, of course, you can't see him, but he will be here at some point in time. Of course, the heartthrob of the IWC, Mr. Yeager, bombastic, super duper fantastic. Now, this week in wrestling, I'm kind of happy, but I'm happy that it was kind of a chill week. Mainly because I think we need that a little bit of a reprieve just to kind of calm down. And of course, NXT for the past 5 weeks has been on a hot streak. And I think this week, finally, they had like a cool down episode. So It wasn't bad. I'm just glad that it was more of a kind of a bridging episode, because I'm pretty sure it's more of a story heavy, leading up to whatever's going to come, so they can fill in the blanks, so that way they can continue to build up until, I guess, WrestleMania, or I guess whatever takeover they decide to have coming up. But yeah, of course, we didn't get into the recap of Elimination Chamber. I mean, there was really no point. I mean, to be
Miz. That's the thing. The Miz.
Yeah. Now,
two-time Grand Slam champ. 2-time.
True that. Now, Scooter, is that one of your tidbits on the news today?
Actually, the only thing really, as far as with WWE, that I've been really kind of seeing anything, it's a little bit more with the Bow Wow Fallout type stuff.
Like, so what happened with Boward?
Sorry, Boward. It's really more of, does he truly bring? It's kind of more of are some people gatekeeping when it comes to him? Are we not really giving him a fair shake? It's kind of one of those, should we embrace Boward, or that whole type of thing? And it's been a very interesting thing, because it's kind of one of those so there's one podcast in particular, Jabbateer's podcast, shouts out to Sir Wilkins. He was saying the issue he's having with the whole Boward situation was he didn't come in humble.
That's true.
He came in very braggadocious, very, I'm going to be the best. Whatever these people are already doing is going to be kind of trash. I'm bringing fame. These people, it's kind of been a weird thing. So he was saying, in his case, is if he's truly serious, then yes, he'll walk back everything he said if he's serious. Yeah. But there's been too many people, and this is coming from me, there's been too many people who kind of dip their toe in, get what they get, and then dip out, and we've seen it many times in the wrestling world.
Oh, truth.
I mean, I remember when Cornette had said the only reason why a lot of football players was dipping their toes in wrestling, because sometimes they was getting paid more than NFL contracts.
Okay.
So when you have situations like that, it's easy to dip your toe in. All right, I'm out. So, it's kind of a unique situation with this Boward thing, because it's like, is he serious? Is he just saying this to, rile us up for some crazy reason? I don't know, but yeah.
I mean, he's got us talking about it. He's had other people talking about it, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Like it doesn't strike me the same way that it did with Pat McAfee
Exactly.
or this, or hell, even Bad Bunny for to talk about him for a second. Like if that's the case, I mean, even though on his end with him being integrated into the whole Raw scene, 24/7 championship title, whatever, he at least somewhat kind of fits in the mold, oddly enough, and is actually showing some type of benefit. I don't see Boward having that same type of impact because like I don't like there's nothing that makes him credible enough to say, okay, yo, you're an imposing force in the ring. Okay, you bring more of an imposing promo than Pat McAfee, and because if you compare, Pat McAfee being that heelish type, you have him doing it perfectly. Like I look at him, I'm like, yo, I want him to be a part of NXT because he actually brings something.
Yeah, he actually does bring something.
Yeah, so I can't say the same for Boward. I mean, granted, if he comes in and he proves me wrong, like I said last week, hey, I'll shut my mouth and I'll be all for it. But who knows, man? Who knows? But I think to segue and touch on the Bad Bunny thing, I talked about how Damian Priest. I was happy that he didn't go for the 24/7 championship, that he didn't get put into that mold. But now, and I watched Raw. I watched Raw this week.
What?
Yeah, because I wanted to see the fallout from Elimination Chamber, and I want to see.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Carry this on, because the thing is, I am somebody who happens to root for Miz winning the championship.
Same.
But I still have my reservations on this because I feel like they did this at the wrong time, because I felt they should have either done it a lot earlier, like in 2020, or they should have waited till after Mania to do this. Because
it's getting one of those weird situations to where you keep having a lot of these. You're starting to have a lot of guys now who should have been champion now looking like they could be champion, and hence, I know we jumped from Bad Bunny, but kind of hence with the Lashley situation. Lashley should have been a champion since his return at some point, but now we're not about to make Miz a transitional champion that fast.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, my thing is this. If you were gonna, I mean, especially if you were gonna take the title off of Drew McIntyre, like to Randy Orton, to have him jump it right back on to Drew, you should have just had Lashley take it to start that whole Hurt Business thing.
Right.
Because if that was the case, and it would have made sense to have Lashley be this dominant up from that point up till now, and then have Drew come in and win at WrestleMania the way you wanted him to win, and still have that whole dynamic between him and the Miz, and then have Miz come back at months after Mania, or even hell, the night after Mania. You could have that shock win for the Miz. And and the fact that you've had Miz built in a certain way to where it's not even as imposing as it was when he did his promo on Talking Smack, where it's like he had that fire. So even though like he wasn't the best in the ring, and hell, he's not the best in the ring now, you could have at least had that argument that what, he's deserved it. He's striking his moment. Cool.
Oh, but and speaking of Miz, that was one of the things. So there was so I don't know if you ever heard the Jobber Tears podcast, but it's Mr. Black, Janelle from HR, and Sarah Wilkins. Mr. Black and Sarah Wilkins are brothers, and they was getting into it over the whole not Bad Bunny, but the Boward situation. And Sarah Wilkins was the one who was like going in on the whole situation. Like, I might send y'all that clip. And his brother asked him, "You didn't say all this with the Miz. You didn't say all this with the Miz." And he said, the Miz went through his quote unquote initiation.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in as a reality star, this and the other, but he went through his lumps. He was kicked out the locker room. He
Yes.
was this, that, and the other. You know, so he went through his lumps to be where he's at now.
Mm-hmm.
So Miz can talk his talk now. He talked his talk then, and they showed him, no, this is not how it's gonna be. And he had to learn from that.
True.
But in Bauer's situation, he's talking on a level like he's about to come in and, to quote Cameron Grimes, go to the moon. You know. And I don't see that.
No.
Like he has no imposing figure, imposing stature. Like he's gonna damn near be Leon Ruff 2.0.
Oh. And you know what? If he comes in and pays his dues like that, where he's just like Job City and just stays in, especially if he's talking about being in it, then you know what? I'll give him his respect. Like, you know what? Hey, you went through the ringer and you did this to get to that point. So you ate shit for a little bit, you know. But you can't get respect if you don't earn that shit. So hear that, Boward Woward? Just a little tidbit, but yeah, man. I just I need them after Mania to stop the whole bringing celebrities in because
you know the only reason why I disagree is because it's been ingrained since the beginning.
Yeah.
If WWE and celebrities had never been a thing and it just started kind of recently, then I can see that point. But WWE and celebrities have been since the 80s with Cyndi Lauper and all of that. So that's why I think it's a part of it. With that being said, I would prefer personally if AEW didn't do it. Because no. Only because I don't want them to do the whole, y'all just copying WWE or WWE. You know, that's the only reason why, because that would be a thing that they separate themselves. You know, the whole Mike Tyson thing. Yeah, the Mike Tyson thing was cool, but once again, we've seen it already. Them doing with the whole Shaq thing, we kind of seen it already. You know, so it'll be best if I think AEW, quote unquote, stays away from it, because that would be the separation they would have.
True.
They wouldn't have to worry about doing the same kind of thing that the competition is doing, you know. But
they don't need to look mainstream at all.
Yeah.
They can just like a higher level indie promotion, which I mean technically it's almost what it is. So yeah, I do agree in that sense. But I guess what I'm trying to say on that is because I mean I do agree with you on that sense, because it seems to be like that's the MO, especially in WrestleMania's case. I just hate.
You froze up whatever you just said.
Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. No, well, I agree with you on that aspect, because I do agree that the whole Mania thing, it's ingrained with the whole celebrities. Like that's been that thing, their MO for like the longest. Where I'm at, where I kind of disagree, is for the fact that I just hate what they're doing with Priest now. Because I know last week I said, okay, I like this about Priest, but now he's looking like a glorified bodyguard.
Yeah, he looks like a bodyguard. Yeah.
To Bad Bunny. And I'm like, I don't like this now, because now it's all like, he's getting his singles matches, but I mean, you know, what is it honestly doing for him with Bad Bunny being there? It's almost like it's taken from his shine and push, so to speak, because I feel he should have came in more dominant, should have been, you know, hey, I want all challengers. I want to come for whatever title I can get my hand.
Especially having your debut at the Rumble.
Exactly.
You know, because then like how because like that was another thing that they was kind of saying is like, well, what does that do with that whole angle now? Because we're not gonna have Miz and Morrison versus Priest and Bad Bunny now, since Miz is now champ. So
well, that does bring my next question then. So you believe that Miz is going to Mania with the title?
So he has a title match next week, which we know that's going to end in a fuck finish from McIntyre. That's not even me foreshadowing. That's going to be a fact. There's going to be some type of finish. They're supposed to have Fastlane sometime in March. Then is Mania. I can see him keeping it until then.
Until Fastlane?
No, until Mania, and possibly losing at Mania. But I just don't know. I just don't know.
It's all screwed up in my opinion. Like from my standpoint, just because
I think they panicked. I feel like they panicked. It just do it, pull the trigger, go with something.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I hate because when I watch Raw, I was just like, I see why I stopped watching it.
It was not. It was a very boring episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best part of Raw to me was when the New Day fought Retribution, and Wood saw Reckoning, and he was like, "Oh, Reckoning is here! Hey, let's do this! Let's do it." Other than that, Raw was a dud.
Yeah, not my thing at all. Yeah,
I mean, Bobby Lashley beating the shit out of Braun Strowman was good to see.
Yeah,
but otherwise it was a dud.
And why is Braun Strowman there? Like,
they fucked him over so royally.
I agree
that his insertion in things now is kind of like, They fucked you over when you lost to Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia, and ever since then,
just been trash. That's
why when he beat Oldberg for that title, it was like,
Well, and since we're on the title picture, because I mean it all kind of segues into Roman. How do you feel about Edge choosing Roman?
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. The issue is Roman had the belt since, what was it, August?
I think so.
He had the belt since August. It was a week after SummerSlam when they had that pay-per-view a week after SummerSlam, which was the weirdest shit ever. But I could see him losing it to Edge at Mania. The issue is he's been the way his character has been. I think this will hurt him more than help him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like no question.
I can because if they write it that way, but I don't see the solution of Edge losing. Because I feel like they're going to give Edge at least one more title reign.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's cool, I guess, but I mean, the promos will be fire.
Oh yeah. Oh, no question.
The promos are going to be fire. So, we'll get some good ass promos from it.
I mean, and I'm with you on the fact of I see where they're going with it, because I was against it completely until I saw the promo after he kind of chose Roman. And then it made sense as far as like the lead up, where it's like, Edge won the Royal Rumble, so that's inherently going to be the main event. And so it being like, Roman, you need me to be in the main event, that's like, makes sense. But I kind of think that Roman's going to beat Edge.
I could see it too. Don't get me wrong, I could see it.
But I think that if y'all were going to both ways, if they were going to go that way, then I would have rather damn.
I just wish Daniel Bryan didn't win that match.
Yeah, I mean,
that kind of fucked him with the whole he won, then Roman come out there and beat him right after.
Yeah, and I know I caught that shit. Like I was like, yeah, DB's gonna win. He gonna face Roman. He gonna lose. But I was like, yo, he's gonna go to Mania. But that didn't go the way I wanted it because that made for a better story. And then Edge could have went on to beat. Hell, he could have went on to beat The Miz, or whoever decided to beat whoever they wanted to have beat Drew, if that was the case. But I think this is WWE's failed planning, and I think they can always do better. But this one, I think they really fucked up WrestleMania season this year and the better half of last year. So it is what it is. Not going to dwell too much on that because WWE, just like you said, is going to WWE. But NXT, like I said, this was more of a cooldown episode. It wasn't bad. It just it didn't continue the hot streak that it had been on. There was definitely some good moments for sure, but it didn't continue the hot streak that it's been on for the past 5 or so weeks. This opened up right out the gate with Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis, and this I was surprised. I was surprised by this match because I didn't expect them to face each other in a non-title match.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too.
I figured that they were going to have him go against Austin Theory and then end up transitioning over to Johnny and then winning the title then. But now it's that old WWE trope. You beat the champion and you're in line. I hate that. Get shot. But, so of course that's going to go the way that it's going to go. I'm loving the way.
Yes.
Am loving.
They are a damn good stable,
and
especially the promo after the match. But
yeah,
they are a pretty good stable.
And I love that because it's the same, the same type of old school chicken shit heel stable that's there for like the comic relief at times, but still serious when they need to be. I don't want to touch too much on the match because it was painted by the numbers. It wasn't much at stake. But one thing that kind of stood out to me was the dynamic between Theory, Lumis, and what's going on with that. Because I know we touched on it last week. Because I remember I said, I was like, wait, that's just weird how he would just kidnap him, but he would be dressed, like he went on vacation. And so now it's like, okay, something else happened because now he's looking like, he's misunderstood. And I'm like, oh, that's a different twist on how you would tell a story like that. So,
and then Indy saying, I think he's hot.
And then Johnny's reaction to it.
Johnny and I think the segment to me would have been better with after Indy saying that they would have been like, you know what, both of y'all are going to therapy. Both of y'all.
I thought that's what he was gonna say too.
Yeah. Both of y'all are gonna be in therapy.
So what? Yeah. So what do you make of it?
It's definitely going to build up that Lumis is taking that belt from Theory. Lumis is taking the belt from Gargano. That's happening. At the next takeover, Lumis is definitely taking that belt from Gargano. I don't know where would that put the way after this, but for sure, Lumis is definitely getting the belt from, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the belt from Johnny with the help of Theory.
Yeah.
By accident or something. So definitely.
Now I'm trying to see where everybody else in the way fits because I want to know how they're going to continue to build the way where they can actually gain wins, because the way that it's looking now, they're going to be in like this losing lull where they'll get wins here and there, but like when they'll be Kushida in a way.
Yes.
When it matters, they're going to lose. I don't know, but yeah, this again, the match was what you would expect from a Johnny and Dexter Lumis match, not for the title though. I think once the title's online, you'll definitely get a much better match. But
Absolutely.
I feel like this was more styled like an exhibition than anything. So we'll see where that goes. But I'm pretty sure that we're both right on that one. That Dex is going to take the title eventually. Next up, well, they did do. I mean, outside of that, because I think the therapy stuff, and then I think they transitioned over to Zoe Stark. Yeah, the Zoe Stark interview.
Yeah, having her little segment and whatnot.
And they are definitely behind Zoe Stark to push her like this.
Well, before we continue, I mean, I did send it to y'all, but the NXT class, at least 18 people was in the new NXT class, including Taya Valkyrie and Rick Steiner's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rick Steiner's son is one of the people. Taya Valkyrie. Reality of Wrestling's AQA. She's in there.
There the guy is.
Oh, shit. The man who's coming to save the trios.
I apologize for my lateness. I was an irresponsible pet owner and forgot some key nutritional value for my dog. Also, I forgot to just put 2 and 2 together and just hop in the stream, so I could have been here like 10 minutes ago. So,
man, as long as Loki's good.
Oh yeah, he good. He's all happy now. He's a happy boy. Now I'm just doing some.
One of the people they showed who looks like a Brock Lesnar clone, they think he's going to be a Brock Lesnar clone. I can't remember his name. Parker Bordeaux, I think his name was. Yeah, Parker Bordeaux.
It was that name that we said sounded like a professional wrestler.
Yeah, many people thinking he's going to be Brock Lesnar Jr. So
yeah, because didn't Paul Heyman sign off on him?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wasn't Jake Hager supposed to be like a new Brock Lesnar, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Poor Swags.
I know. Jack Swagger got the shit end of the stick.
He really did.
The all-American American.
See, and you know what? One thing I know, this is just like going off on a tangent, but just for the fact of how good that gimmick was, and then how they transitioned from that to like the "Don't Tread on Me" with perfect.
Jail poker.
Perfect, man.
It did go over well.
It's all well and good, but
Ryback, that's also who I'm thinking of as well.
Oh, you mean Goldberg 2.0?
Yeah, I mean pretty much.
Yes. Also too, I mean, they put Gigi Dolan in the class, Zoe Stark was in the class, of course. Cora Jade was in the class. So some of the people who was in the Mae Young tournament, they're in the class too. But yeah, they were saying that this is their largest class that they ever had. I think it was like 18 plus. So
damn.
Well,
we definitely be seeing some new faces.
But if they're doing it like that, and they're gonna treat everybody like they're treating Zoe Stark right now, it's gonna be one hell of a class.
Oh, we're here. Okay, I was disappointed in how Zoe Stark got treated.
With EO or just in general?
I mean, they had the technical malfunction. I guess that's an accident that happened.
Right? That was just me.
No.
Like they said it on the commentary. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're having a little malfunction here." I was like, "What in the world?" Like that kind of sucks that she's promo. Like, yeah, she was mid promo, and then it just cuts to a still pic of EO, and then it's like, okay.
I thought I was tripping for a second, but okay.
Yeah, no. It happened.
That happened.
The only thing that I don't like about Zoe Stark is her jobber ring attire, man. It's just
oh my god, she has default wrestler attire. Sorry, default women's wrestler attire.
She did though.
Because I look at her and like that's what the first thing when I seen her in her singles match, I think it was 2 weeks ago or last week. Can't remember which one it was. But when she came
last week is when she fought Jessica Maya.
Okay, yeah, it was that match. And I'm looking at it like, who has this fucking entrance? What job are they giving the entrance to? And when she actually got started in the ring, I was like, oh, okay, all right, never mind. But yeah, if she changes her attire, man, she'll be complete because her in ring is fine.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they got some high hopes because she had about a good 10-minute match with Io. So
I feel like that took. No, I was like, I felt like the bits that were in between her entrance and then Io's was like kind of taken away from us, like because I like kind of snapped back to it, like, oh yeah, there's a match about to happen with her.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's just WWE things, I guess. But no, that was no, like overall, yeah, very, very impressed with her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was a good showcase for Zoe Stark. That's what that was meant for. That's the only reason they put her up against the champion to see how she would stack up. But I think the what that was really meant for was one thing and really one thing only, and that's Tony time.
Hello?
Yo.
Can I sell a water from you?
It was Tony time.
My bad, y'all. My bad.
You're good.
I had to pester my missus right quick.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate, man.
But
because of Tony time.
Tony time. Tony time.
Tony Storm.
You know what? I honestly did not mind the segment. I kind of wish. Well, it still might come to fruition, but I kind of wish Zoe would have been like, yo, you gonna just talk about me like I'm not here, fam? Like,
yeah,
Tony, I can be fast,
I would have 100% approved of that retaliation.
Yeah,
that would have been nice to set up a match for her and Tony, just to get.
I mean, like I said, it can still happen because their match is 2 weeks away, so maybe next week
they could just drop it on us.
Yeah,
true.
So.
Well, I mean, I'm all down for that, just because. So anytime Tony's in the ring, cool, So, and I had my percentage of her winning the women's NXT championship is down a little bit, slightly, based on the promo that happened, but at the same time, I still do believe that Tony, percentage-wise, is still going to be the one that takes that championship off of Io. Because at this point, she's the only one that's credible enough right now to do that outside of Raquel. And since it's not going to be Raquel right now, because Raquel is going to be the women's tag team champion, we gotta put somebody else in there. So yeah, and it's definitely going to be Tony for sure.
What's your reaction going to be if Raquel and Dakota lose?
Oh, trust me, next week's show is.
Look here, I'll get real close. Look here. Stop with your voodoo magic over there.
Yo. No, you can't blame me for these because, I mean, when we get to AEW, I'm going to say it myself, like, apparently it's opposite day with that. But
Stop with your voodoo magic over there, okay?
Look,
you see me sprinkling stuff over here. I mean, hey.
I see. Stop with your voodoo magic over there.
It did cross my mind, the idea of them not winning. And I immediately said, if it does not happen, next week's show, it is going to be less smiles for me, and I'm going to be pissed.
I mean, we already lost one match for next week.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
So, look, man, look, NXT, do the right thing.
That's not NXT on this one. It's WWE.
You're right. Because
do we give them the Vince pass? Like, because I know that every time we say something good is on NXT, we're like, all right, that's all H. But like, do we blame Vince if this doesn't happen?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
because I believe that Trips wants those tag titles on NXT to build them up, because the women on NXT deserve that. The women on the main roster don't really deserve that because they're not treated in that respect.
Well, no, because they're all singles competitors and they end up getting paired up, and it's like the Dusty Classic all over the place.
And I mean, and not to mention, I mean, case in point, what was the point of the women's tag team match at Elimination Chamber? Absolutely pointless. Unless
so I'm gonna say this. That's the only match I missed because WWE Network decided to glitch. And literally right when it started working, the match was over. So I said, like, they did not want me to watch that match. So
I mean, the ending was kind of crap.
Yeah.
Didn't Reginald do something, or
Reginald came out with a bottle and 2 glasses, trying to tell them, you know, hey, you're just gonna get y'all ready for your little celebration after you win. And then he told Sasha to use the bottle or open it or something.
Yeah.
And then so she's holding the bottle like, I don't want this. And then the ref sees her with it, and then that provides a distraction for the loss.
Yeah, the only way that they would have made that would have been redeemable is if you would have turned Sasha heel and had her Reginald from Carmella. But they didn't do that, and I guess they're going to keep that whole face dynamic for Banks and Belair. So we'll see. But other than that, that still made that tag match on Elimination Chamber fucking pointless. So
yes. Well, here's the thing that
fucking pointless.
Here's the thing about that tag match though that intrigues me. Nia Jax pinned Sasha Banks.
Don't you do that.
And then Nia Jax went on Monday and pinned Asuka.
Oh no. Oh
no. So what I'm thinking is next Wednesday, sure, you have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler lose the tag titles, but at what cost?
You know what?
I'm gonna say this.
That's all I can say.
I hate that these words are about to leave my lips.
Okay, you're not gonna say it, so I don't have to. That's fine.
Asuka losing the Raw Women's title would do her so much favors.
It's true.
I'm getting tired of Asuka just losing.
She takes so many L's and she's the champ. Like, why?
Yeah. Why is
But you know what though? It's funny. Somebody else did an investigation when Seth Rollins first won the title. He was the same way. He kept losing all of these matches on Raw, but when it came to his title defenses, he would win.
That's true. That is true.
He was the same way back when he was corporate Seth Rollins. He would lose all of these matches, but when it came to the title matches, he would always retain.
Yeah, but that's true. The good thing about Seth though is the fact that he had the authority backing him. So it's like even losing, he still looked like, well, we're backing him. We win when it matters. Asuka, on the other hand, she just gets treated all around because even now,
trash. Like she's getting treated like trash.
She's the one that gets pinned. Charlotte doesn't get pinned at all. Makes no sense.
But I definitely can see Dakota and Raquel winning those titles, and that way Shayna can do Shayna things, and Nia can go do Nia things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be best for both of them.
And then Asuka will lose it too, and then she can go do Asuka things, which include dancing and some kind of commentary.
Speaking of I do have one WWE story that I guess that's a little interesting that it just reminded me of. Kairi Sane apparently asked WWE could she be a part of Stardom's anniversary show, and they denied her on it.
Damn.
Yeah, it's BS. It's like she's not even an on-screen talent. That's like the same thing with them doing with Paige. Saying, oh yeah, you can't have a Twitch or any other streaming service. That
still be twitching though.
Yeah, and shout out to Paige for sticking to her guns. But it's like, if you're not an on-screen talent, you should be able to do these things because it's not hurting the company in any way, shape, or form because you're not on TV. So it's like, what difference does it make?
Mm-hmm.
This company, right, man, I swear.
Again, I don't think it's specifically this company. It's just Vince. Which, I mean, hey, I just brought up the point. Do we even blame Vince for all the bad things? I mean, of course we do, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, there is one bad thing I can't blame Vince for.
Good boy. Oh,
and that's Malcolm Bivens, because that's all NXT.
Yo,
why do you hate this man so much,
dude? No. I'm on the boat with Liv here. What the? What?
Did you not see the way he
Cheeseburger? I mean, Leon Cheeseburger. Exactly. Leon Ruff is just over here getting evaluated by medical, and then this man shows up like he's out of the movie Us or some shit with a big smile, just like Leon. Like, why are you back there? Like, how long have you been back there? Who are you waiting for? Apparently, you're waiting for Leon, but what in the hell?
I have no beef with Malcolm Bivens whatsoever. Personally, I have no beef with him.
I mean, look.
Now,
again, like I said before, his character work perfectly fine, but I just don't like this guy because he has a punchable face.
Oh yeah, he has a punchable face.
You see, but that means he's working the gimmick well.
I mean, yeah, and you're right. Character work on point. I'm never gonna deny anybody's character work, but it just makes me hate him even more. It's like when Seth Rollins was, after he demolished the Shield with the chair and he joined the Authority, he became that shit heel that just made you fucking hate him. And then with his voice, I don't know if he just changed his voice to sound more fucking annoying, but yeah, he added all of that. But either way,
yeah,
the good thing to come out of this, outside of seeing Malcolm Bivens' face, is the fact that once Leon Ruff came out, you had
that was so messed up.
Super heel Swerve came out. Leon Ruff, and when he tossed him,
oh my god!
No, when he kicked him,
all of that
kick alone was like vicious.
Yo, he was not gentle.
Swerve is he is one hell of a heel on accident. Did not expect it from him. Like when I seen him, I was like, okay, I see the transition. But now when he fully just formed into it, I'm like, yo, he just gives no fucks. And Leon Ruff is like the perfect pin cushion for him. Cause
jeez,
the kick, the toss into the edge of the ring, like poor Leon.
Poor Leon.
Poor little Leon.
I don't think he's gonna be medically cleared next week.
He shouldn't be. That man almost broken. He almost snapped in half. But Swerve's chase for relevance and for him to earn his spot, I think is one of the more interesting things on NXT right now, because it's nothing that's at the forefront. And I think they're playing it right, because with them not necessarily showing him on TV all the time and him coming in little spots in there almost plays to his gripe.
Yes.
And I like that. And I think that once the North American Championship starts changing hands, like it's because they're going to play hot potato with that title within like the next few months, almost guaranteed. He is definitely going to be in that picture heavily. And then he may end up winning it on a fluke victory. Probably, let's see. I say against Bronson Reed. Because
So what we discussed earlier, which you missed, Yeager, we basically said Loomis is going to take the belt from Johnny.
I'm thinking Indy Hartwell's going to get in the way, but only because of pure infatuation.
So
like that little.
So if Loomis takes the belt from Gargano.
Johnny, yeah.
Who takes the belt from Loomis? Because we still don't know where they're putting Grimes yet.
It's
with the whole, either he's going to go for the world title or maybe stay within North American. Swerve definitely say he wants North American. Bronson says he wants North American. So
who's likely to beat Loomis?
Grimes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Grimes or Swerve, one of the two.
I mean, the way Swerve's going, he's on fire. But yeah, let's see. We got Loomis, who's like a tweener, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see that going either way. Like Grimes is like a tweener face. I mean, he's more face than tweener, I guess, but only because he's riding that that Wall Street Bets train right now.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk harp on that too, because I love what they did with his on the show.
Yeah.
Yes. Personally, the way I see it going from Johnny to Loomis, Grimes, Bronson, and there it's kind of muddled. But I think from Bronson, I think it does end up going to Swerve.
Okay.
Now I could be wrong, but you know, I'm definitely.
You maybe not be wrong. The issue is how desperate WWE needs new talent on the main roster. Might always come into effect.
Well, it depends. Are they going to keep sticking them with the celebrity wrestlers?
Well, I'm gonna say because don't forget, like we talked about before, the NXT 6. If you looked at the NXT 6, Nikki Cross was like the only one who really had a lot of time to spend in NXT.
Yeah.
Heavy Machinery wasn't really there that long like that. EC3 had that one match at TakeOver, the ladder match at TakeOver.
Yeah.
Who else was part of the NXT 6?
It was
Lacey Evans didn't have a lot of matches. And Laura Sullivan,
yeah,
was that dude. But yeah, so
Laura Sullivan was Laura Sullivan.
Because the thing is too, I don't see LA Knight being there long. I still hate that name.
Yeah, I hate it too.
It sounds like an 80s action TV show.
Yeah, sorry. I don't see Eli Drake being there long.
You know?
Yeah, no, I don't see him there either.
So it's a matter of how fast or how quick they're gonna call up. Because remember, Humberto wasn't in NXT. Humberto was there in your blink before he got called up to the main roster. So some of these people could possibly get moved up for the sake of because people are coming in.
Loomis gets moved up after he loses
the
American Championship. Because I don't see Loomis winning the NXT title.
No,
I don't see that at all. They're breaking up Undisputed Era.
My heart.
I see some of them moving up.
All of them. The only person who's going to get messed up is whatchamacallit, is Bobby.
Bobby Fish. Oh.
Because Bobby unfortunately is showing that he's injury prone.
So no, real quick with that, is he or is he not active? Because I remember a couple weeks back he came out with UE, but now he's
hurt.
Yeah,
he is hurt. Okay. Yeah, hey, yeah. I know it sucks. I know.
He got hurt at War Games.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was like his pet. I think or something like that got messed up.
I think once Cross loses the title, because he's going to
get moved up,
but Cross is going up. He's going up for his next reign, and I think he moves that title to LA Knight. Either he gives it to him or something else happens and LA Knight becomes champion. But I don't think LA Knight is getting the North America. I think he's going straight to the NXT title.
Wait, you're saying Cross goes to NXT title?
Yeah. Cross wins NXT title, and then that title's gonna transition from Cross to LA Knight. I don't know in what way, but I know that's where it's gonna go. because it only
he has to beat Balor then.
Yeah. Oh, he's good. Oh, he's definitely beating Balor.
I mean, so what happens with Balor? Does he just stay on NXT?
That's the question. Balor can do. He can either go to UK.
He can.
Or he can take this gimmick now that he has and take it to main roster.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if he does that, he's definitely going to Raw. There's no question. He's not going to SmackDown with that gimmick.
Yeah, because you can't have his dominant personality and
with Romans.
Yeah. Now that would be a great matchup.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
but you would need that to build. You couldn't just do that from the get-go.
You don't have to build it all because Balor beat Roman, I think, on his first night on the main roster when he went to Raw.
That's how he got the title shot against Seth.
Mm-hmm. That's telling of itself. But I think it's he's definitely going to SmackDown. Not with that gimmick, not at all. They're going to want to stop. Yeah. They're going to want to stack Raw with as much gimme talent as possible. That's why Priest is there. That's why Rhea's going there. And I think, and to piggyback off of what Scoot said about GYV, I think
GYV. Question. Can y'all hear music?
No.
Okay, good. All right, because I don't want this part to get messed up because my neighbor's out there playing music. All right.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I do think they're gonna purge a lot of the NXT talent to go.
Oh, you just noticed it?
I just saw it. Yeah.
I thought that
was nice. A nice touch.
But yeah, man, I don't. Damn, I don't want a lot of people to leave though. I really don't.
It's gotta happen.
Well, as long as Raw keeps acting like a soap opera and viewership dies down,
they're gonna need it.
They need more talent. They're gonna just keep asking for more talent.
Mm-hmm.
I know they need to pick up the shit.
Well, to carry on with someone who actually is going to benefit from this whole NXT purge, Xia Li went up against Casey Catanzaro.
I had one gripe.
Oh,
me too.
Should have beat the shit out of Casey.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you.
Casey got too much offense in to say she was going to purge Casey.
I mean, that hook kick was ridiculous, though.
Yeah.
Like roundhouse hook kick. I don't know, but yeah, that shit.
Yeah, they need to build Xia more strongly than what they're doing. They're giving too many of her opponents way too much offense against her. It should be like that, especially with Casey. Nothing against Casey Catanzaro, but I mean, her stature is to be utilized for a certain purpose.
Yeah.
like a female Leon Ruff.
And exactly. But,
or a female Marco Stunt.
Or that too.
But
aren't they about the same height?
Shit, I wouldn't be surprised.
Damn near.
But I mean, again, Casey and Caden Carter are used to be a tag team, so that's where they're gonna shine. This whole single shit against Xia Li, they're there to be cannon fodder. So
yeah, I guess we're gonna see Xia Li versus Caden Carter next week then.
Yes, it's gonna be in 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but yeah, too much offense from Casey. This should have been a gimme match for Xia Li. And I didn't even like when the wrap up of the match at the end where hurt Casey. I feel like it should have been done a hell of a lot better. And, yeah.
I think Boa playing security for I'm blanking on the name right now. Mei Ying. Yeah, for Mei Ying. I thought that was a little entertaining. I was honestly halfway expecting Xia Li to just turn around and kick her too. But
that's what I thought was gonna happen.
Right.
But she definitely chose a better way to distract Caden. She was like, all right, fine. If you want to keep going to Mei Ying, all right, I'm gonna knock your friend.
For real. Masterfully executed.
Let Casey out there like that anyway, but
exactly.
Regardless, like we said, it's what it was. But Next up was pretty much the start of what would continue to be a hilarious series of events.
Oh boy, we might as well talk about them all at once. Just talk about them all at once.
We are.
Yeah. Oh boy.
We'll do both of these. Throughout the night, you had William Regal go outside and look for Santos Escobar, who didn't show up. Which, let me touch on this. I don't know if they meant to do this or this was done by accident.
Oh, you saw Finn Balor in the background?
Yeah. It's the second time Regal had went out and was like in the background, just chilling, just walking around. What the fuck was going on with
that? I saw that too. I was like, wait, why is he back there?
I think that might have been an accident.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm sitting there because he damn sure wasn't on the show. So, oh, well, yeah, he was. He came
at the last part, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's anyway. But that was that part. But now, Cameron Grimes.
That part.
And I love the way that they did this because anybody who is a fan of who's a fan of professional wrestling
knew about the infamous $1 Million Man segment.
And I was like, oh, he's about to pull this shit like for real. And then I realized that he was on it the entire time rather than trying to copy it. And I was like, oh, that's clever. That's clever to take tidbits from that and then implement it into your character as though, as to say, I'm not trying to be Ted DiBiase. I'm better than Ted, and just perfect.
Remember, he kept saying, $1 Million Man, you think you smarter than me? You ain't smarter than me, $1 Million Man.
Look, talking about fucking character work, Cameron Grimes is killing it.
I'm telling you, he's definitely, because like I said, I'm really am starting to wonder, did I sleep on him when he was in Impact?
Yeah.
Because he has been killing it. And like I said before, and I'll say it again to zoom up, he is a better big money Matt than Matt Hardy.
Oh, we're definitely going to get on
rough.
that too.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, man. I love the fact how he kept trying to pull the bit, but then forgetting to do the payoff, whereas to kick the ball out, and he had to sit there and continuously pay everybody their money, and then to have it pay off in the end, where he said, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm done trying to trick people. I'm just going to do it." So he knocked the dude out at the end, and basically still threw money down. So it's like he still paid him the fucking money unintentionally. So
when he threw the money in the air, that was my exact. I was like, but dude, your money, like, why?
Like, you need to get that back, man. But
pick it up.
Again, I'm loving how they're still keeping tidbits people inside the show without having to have them do in-ring stuff or try to make it seem as though, we're trying to put the spotlight. It's like, no, just stuff going on in the background. I love that because it makes the show flow seamlessly and not how Raw tends to do it, where it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, yeah, but anyway, love that. And to carry on, since we did talk about GYV had a match. But before that, they had a segment with MSK to build up on MSK. Another thing that I like, doing a vignette and promo on people that's not highlighted on the show, just to kind of keep that in your mind. And that's what old NXT used to do a lot, even when they didn't have everybody on the show, because they worked that hour to their advantage. And they did the same thing here. And with that promo, they had a backstage interview with MSK and GYV, just like I said. I had said this last week that I believe that MSK and GYV are going to be rivals throughout probably the better part of this year. And they're going to have match after match and just tear the house down with their rivalry. And this, in a way, kind of confirmed that. And when GYV had their match against Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, they came out with it, because I guess it's the thing they're doing now, where they just come out instead of just coming out to their entrance. They start by cutting a promo before each match now. And I love how they said.
Well, before you get there, how do you feel about the aspect? I was like, well, how do you feel about the aspect of them injuring West? GYV.
Did
they
say he was
so-called
injured?
broke his hand. Yeah, they said that GYV has said that they broke his hand, and they never said if their tag match was happening next week.
Okay.
So
I remember them talking about like during the scene of, but I don't remember commentating like saying, "Oh yeah, his hand is like."
Yeah, they.
Okay.
When GYV was about to fight Dane and Maverick, they said that they broke his hand, and they never mentioned if their tag match was still going to happen next week or not. So I don't know.
If that,
and the only thing I can think about, if the match isn't happening, then maybe Birch might be stuck in London.
Okay. And if that's the case, it may work out in their favor, because I think having 2 title matches on the same show, this may actually be a blessing in disguise, because I feel that whichever title match goes first, it may get overshadowed by the second, or has the potential of overshadowing the second. And if you're going to go headstrong, especially since there hasn't been any promo or build up for the tag match between MSK and Lorcan and Birch, you might as well just go ahead and just postpone that for like a week or 2, and just pull the trigger on the women's tag team title match, and have that just be the highlight. Have them just give them all the glory, all the spotlight, and give them the time that they need. So I'm down for that. And take this time to kind of build up Lorcan and Birch against MSK. So because they're taking those titles. Lorcan and Birch are done with these titles.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate. But, you know, MSK and GYV are about to go to town with this rivalry and with these titles. For sure.
I can't wait.
So yeah, I'm I'm all down for that. But if this is a work injury, then yeah, I think it's just really just meant to buy time to build up for it. And hey, I'm down for more time. So
TikTok.
But let's talk about the best part. Killian Dane is 100% joining Imperium.
Imperium? Oh yeah, when they hit him with that little comment in the
That's happening.
What's happened to you?
So is he going to get a makeover?
He's about to beat the shit out of Drake Maverick, which is going to make Drake Maverick the sympathetic babyface in all of this.
I mean,
and somebody's going to have to save Drake Maverick in a sense, and it could be Brazungo returning to help or something. I don't know, but
that'd be a nice touch.
Killian Dane is definitely going to join Imperium, especially since if you look at it, Walter being Austrian, Wolf being German, Fabian being Italian, Marcel being, I forgot where Marcel was from, and then you have your Irishman with Killian.
Yeah.
So it's going down.
I mean, I'm not mad at the idea. If he's how would he look in that whole setup though?
Hairy.
He would go.
He would be the hairiest member of Imperium.
Absolutely. And once again, he can live back to the moniker of being the Beast of Belfast.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Damn, I love the way that sounds, man.
It really is. Really is nice.
Maybe that's why they haven't called him that in so long.
Exactly.
Huh. Yep, I'm down for it. You want me over with?
You know what? I'll watch your show, Scoop.
It's happening.
So I mean, Imperium is pretty much on NXT UK. So that means that NXT US loses Killian Dane after all this.
No. Only Volta is only UK. The other three are here.
Okay.
Yeah, the other three are here.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so now that would make sense then to have them. The lineup for US, and then whenever they travel back to UK, then you have okay, all right. Now
that'll work.
It's starting to make more sense. Okay, I'm down for it. But yeah, man, GYV wins.
Yes, Ticket to Mayhem. Sorry, Drake Maverick.
But yeah, the one thing I did like about their promo that they said, it was like the better team lost. I don't know why I like that line.
That Gibson, man, that man is money. Money.
But this is why I can't wait for this rivalry to take off, and I see more matches between them and MSK, because if they can recreate or remix what they did in the Dusty Classic, sign me up for a lifetime subscription to that shit, because I want it. Want it every week. But outside of that, we finally
when it's Santos and Karrion.
Yeah, we finally Santos pull up with Legado del Fantasma.
And they keep looking more and more like goons. Ever since you've said it, man, they keep looking more and more like goons.
You see?
I have a confession to make.
Oh.
Was I the only one that thought Andrade was going to show up?
I wanted it, but
when Santos accidentally pulls it off and gives Karrion his first loss.
Oh.
Like I 100% I thought Andrade was going to show up.
You would probably be able to hear Lips screaming at the TV, though.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Because you got to remember, Legado del Fantasma is his favorite faction of all time.
It's not. Yes. But one thing,
he loves them, people. He loves them.
He really does. He's just lying.
You hear me say some positive things about this match. Ooh. Because the way they worked it was smart.
Yeah.
Because they had that 3-on-1 and they used it to their advantage. And I'm glad, because at least they didn't sacrifice Legado del Fantasma. They didn't sacrifice them in a sense, because they still make them look strong as a cohesive unit. And then it worked to Santos's favor, to where he was able to have a singles match with Karrion a little bit. So he was able to still show some of his strengths against Karrion. Now, of course, Karrion still went over, but
they made it look damn good.
Yeah, they made him look somewhat credible, and I'm glad. I mean, of course, I wouldn't have been mad if he stomped him out, but in the interest of fairness, because he does hold a title, it's good to keep your champions looking strong, whatever title they may have, even if it's the 24/7 championship.
No, when Scoot told us a couple days ago about it, I was like, huh, I wonder what the angle's going to be here. And seeing the rest of Legado del Fantasma pretty much making it a handicap match.
Yeah.
And like you just said, to give Santos his time to shine, like towards the end of it, and to show the resilience, the durability, the toughness. I can give more synonyms for this, but Karrion Kross just looked like a fucking beast through it all.
Yes.
And you know what's crazy about, like, especially with his build, Santos isn't a small statured man either.
True.
Yeah.
Karrion just looked like he was just a monster over those guys.
He did.
Like, jeez.
Like, even when he was like pulling the injury with the arm, like he was still dominating, and I was just like, oh, I don't think they win. Like, it's like this is not gonna like they're not. I mean, they're not gonna win, but I mean, this isn't gonna go well.
No, fam.
I'm surprised.
When he threw Mendoza and Wild through that damn barricade.
Oh yeah.
Like, shit.
Yeah, that was my like I don't even think Finn wants this, man. Like,
Look, that's gonna be a hell of a match, but
a quick sidebar, only because I just thought about it. I think they renamed Damian Priest's finisher. I don't think it's called the Reckoning anymore.
Oh yeah, because Mia's the Reckoning.
Yeah. And I didn't get a chance to hear what they called it, but they did rename his finisher.
It did.
It's like I think it's like the Lights Out or something like that.
Yeah.
It's some stupid shit.
He better change it back once she stops being the Reckoning.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, but I'm just ready for Damian Priest to move past this Bad Bunny shit already.
Yeah,
like WrestleMania cannot come fast enough.
Yeah, we kind of brought that. We had talked about this earlier. We was like, we want Priest to be done so that way Priest can be Priest.
Yeah,
right.
Go ahead and let him get his U.S. title run.
Damian Cross hit his brain punch. I'm just call it the brain punch. He hit his brain punch and knocked Santos out.
Yeah.
Hopefully knock some sense into him, but so we don't wishful thinking. But it was, and I love the way that Scarlett
looked.
Yeah. But her that she had, like, after that match, she was looking like, yo, I expected this to go differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More dominant, but yeah, so. And I think that might be telling to what's probably going to happen when he goes against Balor. I think Balor is going to take Karrion to somewhat of his limit. Yeah. But in the end, he's still going to lose.
So let me ask you a question. Let me actually have a question.
Okay.
This is a hypothetical thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Does Karrion lose to Finn so he can be pushed to the main roster faster?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No, because the thing is, what, you think so?
I mean, it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility. I mean, do I want it to happen? Not really. I'd rather see Karrion dominate with the NXT belt.
Think of it with your WWE hat, not with your
I know.
No. I'm talking to Dizzle over there. Think of it with your WWE hat and not with the perfect booking hat.
Yeah. I can see.
It's not out of their realm of possibility.
I can see Vince watching Cross and just getting a.
Keep it real. He has a massive heart on right now.
He's up there getting a Booker's boner, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna book the shit out of this guy."
You talking about Karrion Cross is what, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah.
And then he has Scarlett with him, and Vince, of course, is like, "Yo, that's a perfect package." He's like, "Give me all of that."
Yes.
Because Vince loves blondes.
Vince loves blondes. Vince loves blondes.
Vince loves blondes.
But not only that, he gets a blonde and the beefy boy he wants.
Oh.
Together.
Vince is gonna die.
You know what? No. Vince is back in the day with Sable doing the little dance on the table. Like that's, you know, the meme, like the whole GIF reaction. That's Vince right now.
Him about to fall out the chair. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. When he straight up fell out the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like, "Yo, give this man a world title right now."
He's like, Paul. He's like, Paul, how fast can I have him?
Paul's like, come on, man, let me get him a title reign, please. Like, I don't kill him yet.
But I honestly think they might sacrifice. Man. I think there's a possibility that they could sacrifice Cross losing to Balor so they could fast track Cross to the main roster.
It could happen. I don't want it to happen.
If we go with the WWE book mindset, let's just say that they take.
Hey, it's bullshit. We know. Stop. Stop it.
Let's say they take Cross from NXT without Cross winning that title back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Balor gets he gets put through the ringer after all these matches had.
Okay, so so let's sort of fast track a little bit to the ending because we can talk about it at once.
Okay.
Cole came out. He tried to apologize.
Oh, good.
And my heart, guys.
And then Roddy came out. Just told, the hell are you doing?
Yes.
Look at what you've done.
This whole thing was like completely convoluted. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because then,
of course,
he
came out and was like, no, bullshit. We fighting.
Yeah.
And it turned into a whole scuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Roddy decked Cole. Cole was like, I don't know. Things just went off the rails. I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
I hurt Kyle. I don't know what to do. And then Roddy, come on, man. We supposed to be brothers. Yeah, I quoted New Jack City.
Yeah.
We supposed to be brothers.
I mean, you're right, though.
He did.
You're my brother. I love you.
He got dick punched, for his troubles. And
I was on a roller coaster of emotion here.
I was too.
Cole had me sold, man. I was like, damn, he's working the tears. He's really giving it like an acting performance right here. I just don't know. Apparently this is gonna go to them moving up, but why this way?
I don't know. I mean, they just have to. That's the one thing I just appreciate with New Japan and their stables. Their stables stay stables.
Yeah.
Undisputed Era necessarily did not need to break up.
No.
Right. But no, they didn't. I'm thinking about, okay, so where are the two injured people, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, gonna go? What's their I mean, obviously when Kyle O'Reilly comes back, wherever Adam Cole is, I guess that's where Kyle O'Reilly will go. What happens to Bobby Fish here? What happens to Roderick Strong?
You know what they're gonna do, and I don't put it past Vince to pull this shit. He's gonna have them come up as singles, or probably have probably Strong and Fish be a tag team. They're gonna have them come up, and then Vince is gonna recreate Undisputed Era
with those two.
No, everybody. He's gonna recreate it just for the main roster, so that way it like an NXT thing. He's gonna have that come back. He's gonna bring them up and then reform them on the main roster.
It's gonna
right.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, not at all. It's
why have the dramatic ending to an amazing stable when you could have just easily moved them up? I was honestly they've been in NXT for a minute now.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, not that they didn't need to move up. I mean, they very much did not need to move up because they were perfect where they were. And if they would have moved up, they probably would have got buried somewhere. But to move them up in this way, I feel like just doesn't add anything for them.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It doesn't add anything for them. I mean, because Vince is going to look at Cole in a different light that Trips looks at Cole.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That has a small build, and is going to
5'10" and 180 pounds or something.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, it's not going to be good because it's not like how back in the day where Vince was, how Vince was booking Shawn.
Yeah,
Vince booked Shawn perfectly. But he doesn't. He's not at a point now where character matters. He's at a point now where it's like, I want to know how the aesthetics are going to look when people see this at first glance. You know,
right.
That's why Ricochet is where he is. That's why Aleister Black is non-existent right now.
What is he doing? Yeah.
Aleister Black hasn't been on TV since he debuted his new music and ring entrance and shit. It hasn't been back since.
Wait, they changed his music and entrance?
He doesn't do the coming out the ground thing anymore, and I forgot what music it was.
Bro, yeah. I got goosebumps like when I first caught him doing that shit. Like, why would you? Oh.
And I think it only happened for like 1 week on Raw, and I can't remember was that a little bit before the Zelina thing or after, but he hadn't been seen since.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the whole persona of it all, man, showing up in the all-black suit when you're not fighting that night, and then your ring gear is just on point. Like, no matter what, though, coming out to that music, either way, whether you're like rising up like on that platform or on that I'm sorry, whatever you're rising up on that is, or you're coming through the crowd, or you're just walking out. Like he did that all so well. That entrance was perfect for him.
But no, they took it away.
Man, fuck you, Vince. God damn.
So now to kind of tie back to your point you were trying to say earlier, Lip, Cole wants Balor.
Yes.
Cross wants his title back. It's going to get very interesting to see how all this plays out.
I see Cole getting title shot because it's going to be this feud with him and Finn. But I see it getting completely muddled with the whole Undisputed Era drama that it's going to affect the match. And I don't even like this match may go to a no contest.
I'm sorry, which match?
Balor and Cole.
Yeah.
And I think that this transitions into Balor against Cross. I don't think this is anything more than just the drama between Undisputed Era. I think Finn is just playing a part because he holds the title. And yeah, I think this is an overall thing that's going to essentially lead to Cross and Balor, because I think they're still trying to build that whole thing up, because they've put little seeds here, and Cross just finished with Santos. So I think now he's going to start to focus on Balor, but I think he's going to wait till Balor finishes this shit, and then that's when he's going to come in and like, yo, we got now it's time for us to handle the shit we got to handle. No pun intended on the time, but yeah, he's coming for that title.
Okay.
But yeah, Cole basically at this point confirmed the fact that it's Cole against everybody. Because now what he does to Bobby Fish it's probably going to be non-existent, because I don't think he's going to do anything, because Bobby's going to
visits him in the hospital and beats him up or something.
That'd be awesome.
Does a Steve Austin like a waste can? Yeah, bedpan. There you go, bedpan.
Yeah, I just see more Undisputed Era drama coming into next week, because I think O'Reilly comes back and continues that somewhat. So it's a whole lot of confusing shit going on, and eventually it'll start to make more sense as far as to where they're going. But we got to wait till next week to see that shit. But that's how NXT went off the air, with Cole standing strong, saying stupid, in the same vein as Randy Orton said to Kofi, just not with much venom as Randy would put on it. No pun intended on it either. But AEW. Now, this was kind of the opposite for me in terms of how NXT, because NXT, I said, was more of a cooldown episode. AEW seemed to ramp it up slightly, just a little bit this week, and I'm happy about that. Now, of course, there were still some low moments within the show, but I feel that story-wise and later on in the show, as far as like match-wise, a lot of things got better. Scoot, you got anything as far as newsworthy for AEW?
Not really. I don't think I really see anything AEW wise as far as. I mean, of course, the big news that happened. You know, something that could change the whole show around. You know, some might say they acquired a giant acquisition.
Well, how about you get to the point? No, sorry.
Go Big Show. That's what it is. The Go Big Show.
There you go.
Season 2, y'all. Go Big Show. Season 2. But
oh my God.
Of course, you know, Paul White, of course, was the acquisition of AEW, and I guess that's been a huge talking point for a lot of people.
Well, myself,
is it a good signing, bad signing? Actually, what are y'all thoughts on Paul White? And also them announcing a new show at the same time. So how do y'all feel about Paul White?
Well, I didn't know about the new show because I know we were talking about them adding a show. I didn't know that they actually announced the show.
Yeah, he's going the show he's going to be commentating on is going to be AEW Dark Unrivaled. Oh, not Unrivaled.
Revelation? No.
It's called AEW Dark.
That sounds way too dramatic.
But it's gonna be it's
Rising?
Gonna be
Was it Rising?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be their Monday show on YouTube. I guess them playing around with that 6 p.m. Monday thing, and that show is gonna be an hour. And it sounds like what they're gonna do with that show to me, from hearing like a description of it, because I don't think they talked about it because I didn't get a chance to watch AEW this week. But it sounds like what they're going to do with this show is kind of more of a maybe smaller talent that's on Dark might be on this show or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe that might be the bridge between Dark and Dynamite, while Dark stays kind of the newer talent, and the new show might be the bridge between.
From what I understand from that like link I threw y'all, or you threw the link that was in the chat, and I read it. It said, this is gonna be like their say quote bottom or tier. So this is gonna be like all the fresh people in the school, people that are like with QT Marshall, all that. Okay. Then Dark is gonna be your more seasoned developmental, if that makes sense. And then Dynamite's of course the main show.
Okay.
And I guess you're more seasoned developmental and I guess low to mid carders for Dynamite. So
it's almost like them having like a ladder in terms of like okay, you start here, okay, you get up here. All right. Well,
that's kind of like what old school WWE did with the Sunday and Saturday shows. I mean, they had those, and then
Saturdays, Velocity.
Velocity and Nitro or something like that. Yeah.
So, with that being said, Yeager, how do you feel about them signing Paul White?
I mean, I had no idea that he had like. I thought he was on like some kind of Legends contract with WWE.
I don't think nobody knew.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought his TV sitcom was part of a WWE production.
It was. It is.
Okay. Do we? So now my immediate speculation is: are we getting a WWE like partnership here? Like, what's going on?
Season 1 might be the only season.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, hey, good point. Because apparently Vince is freaking petty. But I mean, if he's cleared for both commentating and for ring work.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, at some point, we're going to see Big Show wrestle again, or excuse me, Paul White wrestle again.
Hey, quick sidebar. Mm-hmm. Somebody brought up the fact that now Shaq and Paul White can finally have a match.
No.
I mean, you know what? Let me see it.
No.
No, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's just you know what? Let's just get it over with on the new show, that AEW has. And
wait. So you saying he's going to jump off a commentary to go wrestle Shaq and then jump back on commentary?
yeah, he's in a feud with Shaq for like a week or two. And then they have their match, and then it's settled, and then he goes back to commentary. Yes, just like I don't think. How old is he now? Like he's 50 plus.
If he is 50.
I mean, I might be giving him more age than he should have, but
no.
But I don't.
Okay, so
I don't need him to wrestle for AEW.
Yeah,
I'm cool with him commentating. Like, sure,
yeah, I'm with that too.
Yeah, but does he need to get in the ring? Same answer with Sting. No. I didn't mean for that to rhyme.
Do you think it's a good acquisition for the company?
Yes.
Because
I think because I mean they're going to need to get big guys either way, and it's good to have an experienced big guy on your roster to help as far as like to groom those big guys coming up, to let them know like what not to do, what can they do, what's going to be beneficial for a big guy in this industry, what's going to promote longevity if you're going to be a giant in this game. And AEW is lacking people from the world of the giants. And
yeah,
I think he would be a good acquisition to have for that as far as mentorship, but not as far as in an in-ring capacity, unless it feeds and promotes a story for a beneficial reason and not for something that's going to promote Paul White himself.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my take on it.
Okay.
But
my whole thing is we're slowly approaching a limit on how many WWE people, like whether it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like it doesn't matter. We keep on, or I shouldn't say we. I'm not employed by them, but
cut the check, Tony.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take it. But anyway, AEW is slowly approaching that threshold, because even now, like I see it in other like forums and stuff, like, oh, another WWE acquisition. But
it looked like how TNA was looking like 10 years ago.
Exactly. Like these aren't rejects, mind you. Like these are all people that are very much valid and proven in their careers with WWE. These are great. These are good acquisitions.
Yeah.
However, too much of a good thing ends up being bad for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
I agree.
I can only see that they can maybe pick up a few more before they need to like put a cap on that for a while.
I agree.
And Cody said it best. He had said a long time ago that he wasn't trying to, bring every ex-WWE guy over. And I hope that he stays true to that. Now, I'm okay with them bringing guys over, but in a backstage capacity where they're working backstage to help build the company from that aspect because of the experience they have. But to bring them in and do shit like what Sting is doing, I'm okay with Miro. That's, let's get that out the way. because he deserves it.
Yeah.
But with the situation with Sting, even Billy Gunn to an extent. Now, granted, Billy Gunn has calmed down with the whole Gun Club stuff and like being in ring, as far as like on a Dynamite perspective. So
yeah.
But you got guys that are actually working backstage. Arn is on stage and Tully's on stage, as far as like in front of the camera, but they're doing it from a mentorship perspective.
Tully's wrestling next week.
I'm okay with that because it feeds the story with the whole Marco.
Yes.
Because it's like, okay, cool. But you got guys like Jerry Lynn who is backstage. You have who else backstage with? I mean, I know Christopher Daniels is transitioning more to a backstage role rather than an in-ring, but you know, and I think same thing with Chris
Malenko.
D Malenko, there we go.
There we go.
Big Swole. But guys like Chris Jericho, he's he's serving his purpose, but we already know that he's going to transition, you know, to either backstage or commentary, wherever. But, you know, he's just building the foundation of what he had started with. So again, I'm still okay with that. But yeah, I'd rather these guys that they're bringing over are beneficial for backstage and not just guys they're trying to resurrect stardom with where WWE had felt them. Unless you want to bring over Cesaro, because that's somebody who deserves. Well, Cesaro deserves to go to New Japan. He needs to go to Japan.
Oh my God! Holy crap! Yes.
I mean,
can
Cesaro,
I please see Cesaro in New Japan?
He'd be cool in AEW, but I think Cesaro would be way more beneficial in New Japan because they would utilize him way better.
And you put him in Kingdom too. Ooh.
Fantasy booking, everybody. But I think I think he re-signed anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It does not.
But
damn it, sir.
But yeah, but on AEW, we opened up the show with a match I was surprised was happening. Didn't really care for it happening, but you know, it was
what it was.
Moxley versus the Hollywood hunk, Ryan Nemeth. And they're doing a small push with Ryan Nemeth because he slowly he gives me these damn WCW vibes with this Hollywood hunk gimmick. But
I get that.
Yeah, he was there to basically be served to the wolf that is Moxley. Moxley made quick work of him, and then Moxley went on to do what he does best, and that was cut a nice ass promo leading in to what is going to be a convincing exploding barbed wire death match. He convinced me with this damn promo. He convinced me to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to see this shit. I want it.
Well,
as it could be.
Y'all mind recapping it for me?
Basically, Mox went through the ring, and the way that he made this promo almost made it seem like it was like his swan song. In a sense, because he talked about, because when he went through, he's like, this is what I love to do. This is like, I live for this. I breathe in blood, sweat, and tears. And
it honestly gave me flashbacks to that promo Eddie Guerrero cut to Brock Lesnar. Talking about it's an addiction. Yeah.
And in the end of it, he was like, if this is going to be the end of it, then I'm going to go out, you know, basically. And he just the emotion that he had within that promo. But I mean, it's Mox. It's fucking Mox. You know, again, everybody knows that Scoot hates Mox's in ring, but he's down with the fucking promos. This is another reason why. And again,
but you know what's crazy though? More and more, I'm starting to see people on the internet with that same take.
What, his promos and not liking his in-ring?
Mm-hmm.
Off his promos alone, though, I have no idea why Vince said thought it would be a good idea to let him go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, they kept making him the redneck psychopath or something like that. And, I mean, they made him tote a wagon around. Come on.
I like how he did that, because that was him leading into going against Brock into WrestleMania, and I love the lead up to that, but then Brock fucked it up.
Yeah.
What he was doing was that in that lead up, he was going to all the hardcore legends, you know, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, and some other people, and he was basically getting things from them, and he had in his mind what he wanted to do for that match. And I was all for it. And then, of course, you know, come day of, it just gets shit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
But
like,
yeah.
How long did this match even last?
It was a short match. It was like only a couple minutes.
10 minutes at the most. But this match that Mox had, it didn't last long at all. I think the promo
was fire.
But I think
usual.
This is the match that actually takes Mox off TV, and I guess probably puts him primarily on New Japan for a little bit, but I think he's going to go handle with Renee and the whole parenting shit, because I think it's around that time. I guess I don't know. I mean, no. They still got some months, I think.
Yeah, so, I don't think Renee is due to like May, I think.
Okay, so that gives him plenty of time. This will take him off TV, off of AEW, I think, and I think he goes to Japan and continues to fuel that shit, and then from there.
I know. I think he's supposed to have a blood sport match. I think in March. I think. I could be wrong. So.
I mean, back.
I'm still all for it either way, but yeah, he cut his promo, left, and I think what they did, they showed. Oh, they did a nice little backstage thing with the Bucks, taking a picture with.
Oh, they did this again. They copied another bit from BTE. They were showing somebody, or no, I'm sorry. It was like Brandon Cutler was like filming the trailers like they had, showing them around, and it was like in the middle of the day, but they were like showing that the Bucks were on one trailer, then it was Moxley and Hangman on another trailer, and then off in the distance there was I believe there was one with Kenny on it. But yeah, I'm noticing like not so much recycled bits, but maybe recycled footage, or they're reusing footage or angles, I should say.
Okay.
I'm slightly okay with that, because of the people that don't watch BTE that aren't know. Then at that point it's okay. So I'm down with that. But I mean, it was pretty much just a nice little backstage thing. Next up was Team Taz versus the Varsity Blondes. This match, I didn't really care too much for it.
Sounds like a squash to me.
It was still pretty. It had some time on it, but
JR made a good point about it, saying that he could see them being like future champs later on, though.
The Blondes are Taz and Starks. I mean,
the Blondes, the Blondes, like he's saying like. They are where they are, or he didn't say this part, but I mean, he brought to mind like they are where they are right now. Like they're going to be taking the L's for a little bit, but as they develop and then keep like sticking with AEW, I can see them eventually getting title runs. I can see them eventually wearing belts.
Okay.
Yeah, this match initially. It just reminded me why Starks and Cage need to be out of this whole Team Taz need to be out of this whole Sting and Darby thing, because I remembered, and it reminded me of that whole promo where Taz, Cage, and Starks were getting mad about the fact that Cage and Starks weren't getting opportunities and they were ranked. And I was like, yo, that's the best way to go with them, because they feel like they are basically being disrespected. They feel like they are underutilized, which was the case. And now it's like they're overutilized within this whole Sting and Darby feud, which I'm hoping that after Revolution, this whole thing gets completely abolished. And
the Darby Sting pairing?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, not even just that, but just, I mean, them intertwining with the whole Team Taz thing. They need to go complete separate ways. You can still have Sting and Darby do their thing, but as far as with Team Taz, they don't need to deal with or intermingle with each other at all, unless you're putting Darby in a title feud with Stark. That's it.
That's all I need out of that. Out of FCW versus Darby and Sting.
Now, I will say this. The end segment of this match where Sting came out and Darby made his return, Sting looked good. Sting looked like he could go in a match for a little bit of time. So,
but this is the thing, though. Did we have issues of the fact that Sting can go, or did we have issues of the fact that we don't know what his role is?
That's true. Well, yeah, and you're right. There was no doubt that he could go. I just like the way that he looked in this, especially compared to last week where he kind of just took that power bomb, and I was like, I don't know, but it reaffirmed that okay, he's fine. He can go. He can take a couple.
Did he get his sting chops in? His little chops.
He got a stinger splash in.
Oh, okay.
And then a Scorpion Death Drop.
Yeah, Scorpion Death Drop.
Okay, stay.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Okay, Loki.
No, that's a happy bark. He was like, yeah, man. I know it was badass. Like that was cool to see for once.
But yeah, Sting and Darby stood on top at the end of the segment, and they rode off into the snowy sunset on their end. But yeah, so I slightly look forward to this match, mainly for it to be over at Revolution.
I did appreciate that vignette though.
Oh, with Darby?
Yeah, Darby's vignette. Like they played on the Darby getting dragged.
Yeah,
like it started with Sting driving like a Charger or something, dragging a body bag. And then at the end of it, it's Darby unzipping himself out of it, and he's like got this smile on his face, like he enjoys the stuff.
Yeah, and when Sting came out, Sting had a body bag that he was dragging, and I was like, "Yo, he's got Darby in the body bag," and he had Hook in the body bag.
Oh shit!
And this is while Taz was on commentary too, so Taz was like, "What the fuck?"
Shit!
But the thing that blew me away the most is that Darby got a WrestleMania moment out of it all.
Yes, and I was surprised he did this on TV.
Right.
He basically got a chance to do the Shawn Michaels rafter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ziplined in from the rafters and like attacked Cage and Starks with his skateboard.
Yeah.
And then they cut the camera off him so he could like unhook himself.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, okay, well, this segment out of all of them that's been going on, this is probably the best one that I was appreciative of, that I can actually stomach, because it was good for.
Yeah, the one time they have a good segment, I don't see it. Some bitch.
It's all good, man. It's at least they did something right leading into Revolution. So we'll see what the hell happens then. Next up was Jake Hager versus Brandon Cutler.
Did you know about this match?
Did I know about this match?
Well, like going into watching AEW, like were you aware of the match?
No, something happened on BT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what happened?
Hold on. You know what? Let me get this camera back up real quick. But so on BTE, like Cutler's addressing like all the crap that's going on with Inner Circle.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, man, like, and Cutler actually got involved in the week before.
Yeah.
So he's like, I want to get back at these guys. Like, I want to do something. Like put me in a match. And he's talking to the Bucks like this. And Cutler's like, he's 2-contract Cutler and everything. He does the camera work for BT, and he does and he's actually a wrestler now.
True.
So they're like, all right, man, you really want a piece of this? It's like, all right, well, in the Bucks, and I felt like this is like a dick move on their part, but they're like, all right, we'll put you in a match. How about we put you in a match with Hager? And Cutler, like, no, he didn't even like, it didn't even faze him. There's no look of shock or anything. He's like, yeah, I'll do that. And I was like, Cutler, no, like. I was like, this isn't gonna end well, man. And like,
it's not. Feed him to the wolves, man.
Cutler has like one of the best I love his entrance. I love like the way he comes out. He rolls a D20. Like he really digs into his Dungeons and Dragons background on that. I love it, and I hate that it's just on Dark. But he's doing well on Dark, so I can't hate it too much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
but long story short, Hager definitely beat Cutler. And then as soon as that bell rings, the rest of the Inner Circle, that just being like Santana, Ortiz, and Wardlow, show up and get to stomping on Cutler. Then the Bucks come out and try to save the day.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're in the middle of fighting, eventually the rest of the Inner Circle clear out. But then you turn your head to the Jumbotron, and it's Jericho and MJF saying, "Hey, look what we got," and it's a bloodied Papa Buck.
Bloodied Papa Buck
that they just start putting more work on and like throwing them at the trailer with the Bucks faces on it.
Yeah, the one that actually we're taking a picture in front of earlier in the show, which I do like that. A nice little
that was a nice touch
to that. And yeah, it was funny because every time they slammed him into the trailer, it's like it seemed he just produced more blood. But I like how they actually made it look, rather than just having that same traditional ass, hey, you're from the hairline, just nice little crimson mask, i.e. JR, but they had it to where it actually looked legit. So I was like, all right, cool. I like that.
Like drip down only like one side of the face or something. Yeah, it was nice. Nice little touch.
Bucks ran out, went to chase them down, checked on Papa Buck, and then Matt ran after MJF and Jericho. And
right.
And then you had
it went to commercial.
Yeah, went to commercial, and you had the Bucks and Good Brothers helping the paramedics get Papa Buck into the ambulance, and then they rode off into the night sky. Well, no, Matt didn't ride off with him. Matt stayed. But because nothing else came from that.
Talking about a good build up for like some heat for this Revolution match. It's gonna be nice.
I'm still thinking, because I'm still thinking that MJF and Jericho take these titles.
I don't want them to, but it's a good possibility.
I see them taking it, and I still kind of believe that what I think is going to happen with MJF screwing over Jericho to get the titles on Proud and Powerful. And I think what's probably going to happen is that the Bucks probably take the titles off Proud and Powerful. And then we get into Bucks and FTR.
Two.
I don't know. Maybe.
Part two. I don't know, man. We got to see if FTR can beat Jurassic Express first.
Oh, that's not going to. Yeah, that's definitely going to do that shit.
Excuse me, not Bucks, but FTR, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely Hager went over. But I think that was cool. But I think we need to get into possibly the highlight, especially in Scoot's eyes. And that was when Hangman went against Isaiah Cassidy, accompanied to the ring by Big Money Matt Hardy.
The legend himself. Oh, hey, that's me too.
Oh. Scoot, man. Matt was all about it, man. He's building his ranks. He's not only got Private Party under contract. Well, I mean, he doesn't have TH2 under contract, but he's got to be paying that. Look, that $3,200 that he paid him he's getting his money.
3,700.
Yeah, they accompanied him to the ring along with.
Oh, that was another little BTE bit. Was Matt Hardy going up to TH2 and paying them off for a job well done, to which Jack Evans is like, next time it'll be double.
Well, see, there you go. So now you have this pseudo stable, almost like the I guess it's not the $1 million club, but I guess it's the big money club.
Oh no!
But this was really this is my confusion out of this whole match. I guess rather at the end of it, because Matt said, now I don't know if I missed something because I feel like I did as I was watching this, but Matt said you chose Dark Order over me.
So this is why I keep telling y'all to watch BTE.
So that's why. Okay.
Yeah. So also a bit during BTE was Dark Order, which are a bunch of goofy people, or at least on BTE. Hangman came in and they were talking. Pretty much, they said, "Hey, man, how would you like to, just be friends? Like, you don't have to join us, but we can still like hang out. We can still like be buds. Like they're pretty much just like trying to still be cool with the girl they want to be with, in some way or fashion." So they pitched that to Hangman, and like with the events that had perspired the week before, because BTE comes out on Mondays, so yeah. So Hangman's just like, you know what? Yeah, that sounds nice. Like, let's do that. Like, so they're friends, but they're like more than friends because he's kind of joined, but he hasn't joined.
True.
They're just like good buds right now.
I think they should have at least had some segment alluding to that on Dynamite, because I felt like I had missed something because I even brought it back. I was like, wait, I clearly had to have missed something, and I watched like, nope, I didn't miss anything, and then you go on BTE. So that makes more sense. So so it's basically just alluding to the fact that Hangman is going to end up joining Dark Order eventually
at some point.
Yeah.
Right now they're just like, oh yeah, no, that was the exact term they used for it. I was about to say it, but no, that's the exact term they use. They're like, could we be like friends, but with like wrestling benefits, like wrestle together and all that.
So
and then he was like, yeah,
and after that, Matt got on the mic, and then he was talking about, after he had said that, he brought out Alan Five Angels and hadn't beat him down with a chair and then tossed him into a table and looked pretty rough on his end. So hopefully he's good.
It adds a little bit extra comedy because Dark Order on BTE just treat Five like shit. Like anytime he'll say something that's like kind of lame, so like Silver would be like, "Shut the fuck up, Five." So to see Five be the one that gets abused, I'm just like, oh.
Instead of it being Silver.
No, just kept the gimmick going. Like, he's a whipping boy.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Now to ease Scoot's frustration with Big Money Matt, moving on to
what's up with Mark Quinn?
Huh?
What's up with Mark Quinn?
I don't know where he was.
I don't know. Yeah, I was wondering that myself.
Okay.
I would have assumed he would have been out with them, but yeah. Guess he had the night off. Who knows?
Okay.
But transitioning into probably my favorite match of Dynamite this week, and that's Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose. Now, of course, I called this differently. I said that we wouldn't get Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose, just have a heel versus heel. I just didn't see it. But it actually worked out because Nyla Rose seemed to work almost like a tweener in a way, but it seemed like she worked more face than heel in this match. I went in not expecting much, but I got way more, and I actually did like this match. The finish surprised the fuck out of me.
Same.
Because I definitely did not see Nyla going over. Because Britt looked credible in this match. Like, she looked like she could take the win. I mean, granted, given some interference by Rebel Reba.
Rebel, not Reba. Yeah.
However they want to say it. But yeah, it's just I could see this match again. But now looking at it, I can see what they're going to do. They're going to have Thunder Rosa go in against Nyla Rose and have that dynamic and see how that works out. because I definitely don't see them doing Riho and Nyla Rose 2. And
if they do, that will be some WWE level booking.
That is actually true. He's not lying on that.
And at that point, I will immediately put a freeze on all WWE hirings. but
I don't know. I think what's probably going to happen is we probably get Thunder Rosa taking the whole thing, beating Shida for the title, and then I guess potentially having another round with Britt Baker. But Britt Baker would be a champion eventually.
Remember, she put Thunder Rosa put 3 things on her list. 1 was the AEW Women's Champ, 2 was the NWA Champ, and then 3 was Britt Baker.
Yeah.
So she may be going off that list in order.
She'll have a successful defense against Britt Baker the first round, and then she'll have another match against her again, and then that's when Britt will take the title off of her.
I could see that. But those need to be far away from each other.
Yeah. They definitely will be, because I think or Britt Baker might end up taking the NWA Women's Championship.
Ooh, 2 for 1. I like it. I like that.
For the time being, and I think, and I actually do like it, because they may actually have the title for title match that Thunder Rosa should have had with Shida the first go. And I can see that, because then if you, just like you said, 2 for 1, she can say, I got 1 on my list already, and now I got 2 and 1 right there, so I can go ahead and take care of that real quick. And if Baker beats Thunder Rosa in that aspect, she can pull like the old school Chris Jericho shit, where she's holding 2 belts and has more shit to talk. So again, that's just me fantasy booking. I don't know this shit. I could be wrong at all times, but again, this match was good, surprising, still with the finish. Didn't see Nyla Rose going over, but I guess they're going to preserve the whole Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker feud.
I was shocked. I was like, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, and I was like, oh, we're getting Nyla Rose and Britt Baker. Thunder Rosa.
Did she win clean?
Nyla? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely a really good match.
It was like one of the best women's matches they've had yet.
And they gave this shit time, and I'm glad they did. And I hate that it was not the main event, because it took a lot of steam out of the main event for me, because so earlier in the show they had I think it was right at the beginning of the show, they had a backstage segment with Lance Archer and Rey Fenix, and they were talking about how they're going to have a qualifying match for, who's going to be inserted into the ladder match. So they start talking to them, and of course I do like the dynamic between them, how they, they've been partners and shit, and you have Lance being this it's not really a tweener baby face, it's the baby face that what's the best way to put it?
Anti-baby face.
Yeah, it's more of a respect driven baby face, kind of the same way that Stone Cold and Undertaker used to be back in the day, where they would still fuck each other up, but they would have like that mutual respect, like even when they became tag team champs. Shit like that. And that's how they kind of did this with Rey Fenix and Lance Archer, because and it was solidified more so at the end of the match, because of course Lance went over, and after they had the little spat before the match, at the end Lance went to Rey Fenix and went for a fist bump, and Rey Fenix reluctantly gave him the fist bump, but either way, that's how it went off the air. But so now we're looking at Cody, Lance Archer, Scorpio Sky, and Penta. So I don't know how, like, is it gonna be 6 or 5?
Yeah,
it's supposed to be 6.
Okay, so 2 more people is gonna be inserted into this match. All right.
JR also threw in because they were hitting TV time, but JR threw in if they had tied, then
you froze in suspense.
Yeah, you froze.
You look like you are lost in thought. Now we'll never know. We'll never know.
My God. That was amazing.
Yeager, how dare you?
That was utterly amazing.
How dare you leave us in suspense like that? How dare you?
I have no idea. AT&T wants to play fuck games.
Oh my God.
What was the last part y'all heard?
You said JR said.
Oh, JR had said. JR had said if they ended up in TV time draw, they would have gone from 6 down to 5 competitors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like they would have both been eliminated out, and they would have had 5 competitors instead of the 6.
Oh, so they wouldn't have put the WWE shit where it's like, okay, well, y'all go to a draw, y'all both are in, fine. They was like,
no. It's like, no, y'all are both out. Neither one of you won.
Huh. Okay.
I like that. But yeah, that was
so. Who's our speculation on the rest, or do we know who the other competitors are set to be or possibly be?
I mean,
I haven't seen nothing yet
from Team but
we completely glossed over one of the best bits or on the show, man.
Yeah, you're right. It was when Kenny was building his his portion of the exploding barbed wire.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Kenny had a ball peen hammer and was just wailing away.
Like, what the fuck?
like he was just hammering away at nothing. Like he was hitting metal or what? I don't know. There was wood and metal in front of him, but he was just whack, 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 whack. And of course, Marvez is the guy to come up to Kenny and be like, "Kenny, what are y'all doing in here?" Kenny's got 2 guys behind him. Like we've never seen these people before, but one of them's got like a Dremel and he's like shooting sparks everywhere and causing all the noise. Like, and as Kenny tries to like talk to Marvez, this dude's like buzzing away on it, and like you can barely hear Kenny.
Yeah.
And as Kenny shoos Marvez away, Don Callis is over here threatening him with a wrench or something, or pliers, I mean.
Yeah, and speaking of shoes, Kenny was still wearing them boots.
Was he really? I didn't even look at it.
And he was wearing that shirt.
You're absolutely right. He was wearing that shirt.
And you know what the funny thing is? Kenny had a welding shield that he was
on his face. Yeah.
And he
no. It was clear. It was clear though.
It was clear.
Yeah. No, it was clear. It was just like a debris shield or whatever. But yeah. As he's like hammering away at shit.
Now I don't know if he was waiting for something to pop up, but I know he was like when he said, I'm making sure like when it goes off, and he kept hitting like I'm like it looked like he was hitting the piece of metal like he was waiting for like an explosion to happen at some point. And
yeah.
He kept hitting it like I'm like, yo, is there a malfunction that we're waiting for? It looked weird for a second, but
no, he was intentionally hitting that way too much. Yes, yeah. Like there was supposed to be something there, I feel. But apparently, this barbed wire deathmatch is going to have landmines. Sorry, I'm not too privy to barbed wire deathmatches, but from the stuff that you have sent us, Scoot, I did not see landmines involved.
Some wild shit.
About to see somebody's leg get blown off. I know they're not going to be that strong, but still, it's like
it's going to be artillery shells just like chilling on the sides. And once
exactly what's going to happen.
I'm more intrigued. Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to play this off because I definitely don't think they're going to pull like a Japan or ECW for that matter as far as like barbed wire death match. I think it's going to be somewhat more tame. If it is to that extreme where they're actually going that low, then I would be like, yo. But I won't be surprised because of the barbed wire bed that both Kenny and Mox went through.
Yeah.
Okay, so Do y'all think the match is gonna happen in Daly's place, or you think it might happen on like the football field or something?
They probably will make I feel like they would have to make a custom ring for that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think it's gonna change. I don't think it's gonna be in Daly's place.
Because didn't Callis call it something that was like an offshoot of an elimination chamber? Oh yeah, he called it a Moxley extermination chamber. And I was just like,
nice.
You're just this close to hitting the nail on the head there.
Nice.
But yeah, Moxley is not leaving as the victor. There's definitely going to be some fuckery going on.
Oh, there's going to be some Good Brothers fuckery for sure.
Kenny's going to be hurt. Kenny's probably going to get dragged out of there, unconscious with the title on his shoulder. Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I don't see Kenny standing tall. I see Kenny leaving and surviving, but I don't see him standing victorious in the way that would want him to. Yeah, but we'll save that for when we actually have our prediction.
No, we'll save it for next week because that's the go home show next week.
And we also getting that tag team match next week too.
Yeah, there was a bit of the
don't do it.
There was a promo. It did favor Red Velvet and Cody, but
it did.
Which I'm happy.
Were they basketball training?
No. It was in ring this time. It was Jade against a male and female glorified enhancement talent, and Shaq at ringside just cheering her on.
Oh, Shaq was there?
Shaq was ringside in the promo, but he had workout clothes, but he was not inside the ring. Jade was doing all the work, and I have a feeling that's pretty much how the match is going to go.
Well, Cody's injured, and he's going to be in a ladder match, so I feel like the guys are not going to be as involved as people are thinking that they're going to be. Because what is it? That's another thing that JR kept on doing during Dynamite. He kept saying Shaq is wrestling. They kept plugging this match and saying Shaq is wrestling. It's I don't see him spending more than 5 minutes in that ring.
That's funny.
I think he's probably going to go in there for a limited time. He's going to take Cody out, and they're just going to leave basically Jade and
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet just basically handling the match. You may get a minor tag here and there from Cody and Shaq just to save face to show, it's a mixed tag match, and then go from there. But I think it may come down to the finish. I think Shaq and Cody may play into the finish, but I see. No, you know what? No, I see Jade getting the pin on Red Velvet.
Okay.
Yeah.
To showcase Jade. I think it's going to showcase Red Velvet in a match, but since this is Jade's first match, she's definitely getting the win, and that's what it's going to come down to. So, sorry, Red Velvet. I want you to get a win, but
Red Velvet,
it's not happening. But she did look good in the promo, though. She did. She definitely looked good and confident.
Oh yeah.
So but that was NXT and AEW in a nutshell. Next week will be it'll be a lot more because we got some heavy hitters of matches. We have the women's tag team championship match. We got Shaq and Jade against Cody and Red Velvet.
It is the go home show to Revolution next week.
That's true. So we got a stacked deck.
Oh, you got FTR versus Jurassic Express
with Tully.
That'll
be fun to shit on. But any closing thoughts on what we had going on this week in regards to anything wrestling related?
I mean, y'all hit Elimination Chamber, right?
Briefly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
The only thing that came out of that is Miz is a 2-time Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's an amazing stat.
It is.
No, it really is. Damn. All right. Now he sent his ass to NXT so he can win that too.
Right. Shout out Mike Mizanin. You deserve it. It's just at the wrong time, homie. Just at the wrong time.
Kind of throws off the timeline for some things, but we'll see where it goes.
But yeah, Scoot, what you got for closing thoughts?
Wrestling, keep wrestling. Keep wrestling.
That's a perfect example of how wrestling was this week. Just
wrestling was wrestling.
Yeager, what you got, man?
I'm just sad I didn't get to address Shotzi's amazing promo that she had. But Shotzi, amazing promo, amazing little vignette for you. I loved it. It's beautiful. And Yeager Shotzi's gonna be a thing. Gonna make a shirt.
I'm down for it. We'll all wear Yeager Shotzi shirts, and then it'll get to her. We'll tag her in every picture. Let her know.
There we go.
Yeager Shotzi's.
Yeager Shotzi's. Hashtag it.
I don't have. I don't have any real closing thoughts. I mean, justice was gonna wrestle. Justice for Miz on this instance, just because I feel like they did him a disservice. It really, really should have happened after WrestleMania. If y'all were going to pull the trigger, especially if you're going to have him hold that briefcase for that long, take it away from him and give it back and all this other shit, you should have better planning. That's it. Yep. Better planning. WrestleMania season should already be wrapped up as far as planning wise. This should already be like printed out. Like, yo, this is what we're doing. This is where we want to end up. This is how we're going to get there. They're still planning this shit, and I hate that.
There's still WWE, 2 more Goldberg matches that we're going to see.
WWE, we're going to Dallas.
We're going to be there.
Do not fuck Dallas up next year. You better have in what you are going to do, because if not, I will shit on all of this, and that'll be the first and last WrestleMania that I go to. Period. But other than that, Scoot, where can these motherfuckers find you?
At the ScooterRay, if you're looking for me, and if you want to bring me the smoke. You know what? Last time I took my hatred, I guess you could say, for Chaos Project. This week, I think I'm a director to Matt Hardy.
Come on, man. Why you gotta hate on the best manager ever to exist? I mean,
you know what? You can find all my links at the bottom. Just find all the links. No, but at the ScooterRay, IG, Twitch. But of course, it's about the ninjas, Less Than Stealthy Ninjas, IG, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. We stream Fridays, Saturday nights. But yep, that's where you can find me and bring all the smoke my way.
All of it. Scoot wants all the mother of it. Smoke.
I'm greedy.
And somebody else is greedy, but just for Shotzi, and that's Yeager. So Yeager, let Shotzi know where she can find you.
Shotzi, I know you be gaming. So you can add me on the PSN, on the Xbox, Yeager Bombastic. It's right there in the name. It's just this little spot right here. Everybody else that wants to talk to me, I mean, you can find me there too, or at Hemza Winning right there on the crawl right now. It's there it goes. It's right there. Bring the smoke in any shape or form, or even commendations, like if you like my voice or something, because apparently that's a thing. I don't know. I just talk like this. I can. Yeah. But by all means, talk to me. See what's up.
And in the word of old buddy in Goofy movie, what he's trying to say Yo, Shotzi, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby. That's what he's trying to say.
With Leaning Tower of Pizza in hand.
There you go, because everybody loves cheese. So, of course, you can always find your boy Lip D's Lay, IG, Twitter, Twitch, etc., etc. You need the positivity in your life, Lifestyle One Up at IG, Twitter, TikTok, and all your other listening platforms, podcast related. So,
hey,
always,
to the world out there. I promise y'all, if y'all get us to like an insane amount of views one day, I'm gonna get that man. Well, I'm gonna get that man right here to do a TikTok dance. Right here.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm gonna get that man to do a TikTok dance. Like let one of our videos get 1,000 or something. Get him to a TikTok dance.
You know what? We get like 1,000, and we're gonna make him do a silhouette dance.
Oh, God.
Silhouette TikTok.
Hell no.
It's gonna happen.
Hell no. No. And with that, until next time.
Talking about put your head on my show. Too sweet.